welcome back to my channel. I hope today's video finds everybody well. If you are new, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Hope you can stick around and maybe get something out of what I have to offer for you today. If you are a returning channel family, welcome home. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you so much. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different. Recently, I think during our whip and chat, I was talking about different kinds of wax and putty and, you know, all the different kind of things that I've used, and what is it that I'm using right now that sorry, I had to clean my glasses. What is that I'm using right now that I really, really like? So I thought we would kind of talk about that today. Somebody did ask me in channel if I could expand a little bit on what I'm using and how I kind of alter it for what I like. I will be sure to tag, I don't remember who it was that asked me right now. I'm so sorry, and I didn't write it down because I suck and I'm unprepared as always. So I will tag her in the video, so she'll be sure to see it. So yeah, so I thought that's what we would do today. I was going to talk about all the different kinds of putties, wax, things like that that you can use for diamond painting, and the pros and cons that I have found for all of them. So I have kind of like a little assortment of items here. I grabbed a couple of pens too, just so I could maybe kind of show you guys. Here, let me take this. Actually, this is a good thing to leave in here because I can show you something. Okay, here, we'll go back to that. All right, so with every diamond painting that you get a standard toolkit. You'll get the little green or white tray. You'll get some wax, and you'll get standard little straw pens. The wax is the most common thing to use for diamond painting. Okay, I have more wax than I will ever use. So this is just wax that I have collected on kits that I've got that I just haven't used. I keep it because I do occasionally use wax. I'm probably honestly never going to use all of this wax, but I do keep it. It comes in all different colors. Always though, right, you have to be sure that you peel this plastic piece back before you use it, okay? Or else you're not going to get any wax in your thing. I can show you how to load it. Here, let me just take this out. Into your pen. This is obviously not one of the standard little pens that come with the kits, but it's the same principle. Okay, so in order to use wax, you just peel back the wax, the plastic cover, and then you just like stab it right down into there. See how it made like a little hole there? And that wax is now in the bottom of my pen. You see that? And to use a multi-placer, same difference. You just take this and just stab it right down into the wax. Give it a little wiggle just to be sure that the wax gets in your pen and doesn't just come back out. So you can see where I took all that wax out of there. And it is now in my pen, in my multi-placer here. And then this is what you would use in your tray to pick up your diamonds and move them onto the canvas. So this is how to use wax. The most common thing for people to use. It comes in these like little like flats. I've got purple wax in here. I've got pink hearts, pink round things. Some companies will give you wax in these little containers like this. This one has like 3 things of wax in it. And you just take them out. See here, like as you use them. See, there's one in here that hasn't been used yet. This is Dreamer Designs, actually. Same difference. Open the plastic and then just pop it down in here. And you keep it closed, and that's what keeps your wax from drying out. I also have, you can actually see this one is also Dreamer Designs. And you can see where I've actually used this one quite a bit. I've like stabbed into it a few times. This one was just cute. I bought this, I think at Michael's, just because I thought it was cute. And it's also a wax caddy. See, it's got like 2 spare little plates of wax in here, and then the one you're using just sits in the top. And again, peel the wax off, not the wax, I'm sorry, peel the plastic cover off the top. Here, take it from there like that, and just keep it in here and just stab it down into here. Keep this closed, and it keeps your wax from drying out. Okay, so the most common. I do still use regular wax. I find it works better than some of these other things for like AB drills. I love putty. I don't love putty for AB drills, and I know some people do, but I live in a very hot and humid place, and I'll explain to you why that I don't care for it for that. The next thing that you can use, let me get another pen, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, we can use this pen. Sorry, you can see where I've had like wax left in these. Let me pull it out. Okay. So another thing that people use, that I have used also, glue dots. Okay, it's just micro dot glue dots. The benefit I find for using these is, number one, they are super sticky. They're almost a little bit too sticky, but the stick lasts for a long time. And when you're diamond painting with this in your pen, you get that nice like popping noise that everybody loves to hear. Yeah, this is a pretty good alternative. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do. I'll show you how to do it. But once you've got it in there, it works pretty good. So, I'll show you. So the glue dots just come in this like roll here, like this. Here, just let me rip one of these off. There you go. And you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, there's like little, oh, it's hard with the glare, I know, but there are little dots of glue on that strip of paper. So what you want to do is, with your tweezer, you need a sharp tweezer, just peel them off. I usually do like a couple at a time for like when I'm filling up the multi-placer, and you're just going to shove them down in there. Well, and I missed. So this is why I said it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to do, but once you get your pen loaded with these and it is to the right amount of sticky that you want it, this will last a long time before you have to replace it. It's not like wax that you have to replace constantly. So I just keep stabbing them down in here. You notice I used a small multi-placer to do this because I didn't want to have to take a million years to do this and show you, but here we go. There, we're getting it. A lot of times people will use the glue dot in their single placer as well. I didn't. Whenever I use it in my multi-placer, and I just use wax in my single placer. Just because it's easier. And honestly, because I just have so much wax, I just want to use it. And I don't mind refilling that often. I mean, that's fine here. I think maybe a couple more. So there. Okay, so that's the trick. Am I still in the camera? Yeah. So just get it all shoved down in there, all the way across. Okay. So this is extremely sticky. Like I said, sometimes it's a little too sticky. And when you pick up the diamonds and go to put them on the canvas, it won't let loose of the diamond. I mean, the diamond will stick to it. It won't stick to the canvas because this is stickier than your canvas. If that happens, what I do is I just take this and like rub it. Oh, sorry. Just like pretend this is like my shirt. Just rub it like this on my shirt a couple of times and kind of dirty it up a little bit. And then usually that gets you to where you're at the perfect stick. So this in here will last forever. Matter of fact, I'm just going to leave it loaded in here and use it at some point. But the nice thing about diamond painting with this is when you pick up your diamonds and you put them on the canvas, you get that nice poppy noise usually. So very easy to use. Like I said, just be sure if it's too sticky, rub it on your shirt a couple of times and that usually fixes it right up. When it starts to lose its sticky, you can even like scoop them out of here and just kind of roll it up a little bit and shove it back in and it's sticky again. And this will literally last you, I bought this box of glue dots like over a year ago and it's still like almost full. All right, so that's that. So that's the glue dots. Pretty easy to do and pretty effective. Your next alternative that I know of is putty. So I did just get one of these out just to show you. If you ever have like a Diamond Art Club canvas or anything, these pens do come preloaded with putty. The multi-placer you have to load, but the single placer you don't. They are preloaded and they are refillable. Okay. This one, you can tell this one's an older pen because it still has the white putty in it. But all you have to do, see, like you can see, there's putty at the end of this one. If it starts to like get low, all you have to do is just give it a little twist. And you can see how the putty starts coming out of the tip. And then all I do is just, just take your nail or whatever and just scrape it off at the top and flatten it and you're good to go. Okay. Another cool thing about this is refillable if you get all the way to the end and it is running out. You just unscrew this entire thing and this little plunger, you pull this plunger out here and you reload this section with putty of your choice. You can use Diamond Art Club putty, you can use tacky putty, you can use putty you bought, you can use putty you made, you can use any kind of putty you want. I believe you can even put wax in it, is what I've heard, but I've never done it. So yeah, So these are pretty cool. Diamond Art Club does sell twist and pick pens that are like, this part is metal. They're a little fancier. Let me see if I have one up here. Oh, no, I don't. But they're shaped exactly like this. Only this part is metal, so they don't crack. These sometimes will crack, and once it cracks, it's ruined. It's no good. It's not going to work anymore. But this is the standard one that comes in their toolkit, so it's kind of nice. So there's that putty. You can also use just putty. You get like tack, like it's like tacky, like blue tack. This just happens to be white. You can use this. It works just as well. You can see actually where I have it open, where I've used it. Okay. You just have to kind of keep it wrapped in the cellophane so it doesn't get dry. But it works perfectly well. This or the blue tack, same difference. Diamond Art Club now has like a clear putty. This stuff is actually really kind of terrific. I have 2 plates of it here. You can actually see where I used this one. I got a little bit out of it for something. But yeah, it feels almost like silicone, like the silicone ear things I'm going to show you. But it's just a clear putty. Works pretty great, to be honest. Unfortunately, you can't, they don't sell it. They don't sell the clear putty. At least every time I check, I don't ever see it for sale, but you get it in the kits. So I do keep this out kind of separate because I will use it. I've also bought putty. You can purchase putty. I bought putty on Etsy. Actually, this one is one that I bought from the Pure Bliss Wax Company. Let me get up there so you can see. There you go. They make awesome putty. I love their putty. I've used it a lot. This one smells so good. This one is lavender. You can see, yeah, it feels really good, nice and tacky. I do like this putty, and I have used it quite a bit. I've used their putty quite a bit. So it's pretty amazing. You do it the same way that you do the wax. Okay, just stab your pen right down into it. Okay. One of the benefits of putty is I think it lasts longer than wax. And it stays sticky. You don't have to replace it as often. This one, sorry for the little tin, it's just something I keep it in. This is also putty that I actually made because I did figure out how to make my own putty, and for the longest time I was making my own putty. I made this one. And it's nice and tacky. I just keep it like wrapped in a little piece of parchment just to keep it from drying out. And I keep it in this little tin. Oh gosh, that smells so good. Sorry. So, but again, it works the same way as the putty that I purchased. Okay. What I don't like about putty. So what I did like, right, it lasts a long time. It's nice and tacky. Well, here, I'm going to show you. When I started to take this out, this is putty. Look how stringy that is, okay? Putty can get really stringy. A lot of it depends on where you live, your you know, like how hot it is, how humid it is. See how stringy that is. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And you have to just kind of keep like working it and working it and working it and almost like dry it out to get the stringiness out of it. Because what happens is when you're using it, then say you've got this in here and you've put your diamonds, you know, you've got your drills in here sticking to them, and you're putting them onto the canvas, they stick to the drills, and it even gets like a little bit of residue on them sometimes. That's the only thing I don't like about putty. I tend to not use putty so much in the hot months, and I use it more when it's cold because my putty doesn't get stringy. So that is a consideration. Let's see, what do I have in here? Oh, that's just wax. Yeah. So there's that. But it lasts way longer than wax does. Let's see. So the other thing that I have found lately, oh, this has my glue dots in it, that I am loving, oh, this has wax in it, okay, is these. These are silicone putty earplugs. I put this up here so you can see. I bought these on Amazon. They're super cheap. You can see there are 2 gone out of here. The only reason that there's 2 gone out of here is there's one that I'm using and one that I fixed for my sister to use. And the one that I'm using, the one that she's using, we still have almost the whole thing. These things will last forever in your pen. It'll last forever. I really like this, and right now this is my absolute favorite thing to use. They are, here, let me show you. It is a silicone putty, and like I said, it kind of reminds me of that clear putty from Diamond Art Club. It feels the same. So obviously it's like a big, like fat thing because it's made to mold into like an earplug, right? It's what it's made for. But you can just stab your diamond pen right down into this stuff. The same way you do wax or other putties. Let me show you. This is one that I keep like where I'm diamond painting because I've got like wax in here in case I want to use some wax. But this is the earplug putty that I'm using right now is here. I've colored it and I've put like a nice scent into it because I love a good scented putty. And I worked with it a bit until I figured out like how much I could put in. And it still kept its nice properties that I like. But yeah, so it was this and it turned into this. Okay. And what I do is I just keep it. I took a piece of, we call this release paper, and just shoved it down in there and just smashed it flat. And then I just keep it wrapped and then stuck in a little piece of plastic to keep it moist so it doesn't get dry. And I have honestly been using this forever. It stays in my pen for days before I have to change it. So it's the bomb. It's my new favorite thing. So somebody did ask me how to get the color into it and like a scent into it if you wanted to. So I thought I would show you how I do that in case that's something you wanted to do. It's super, super simple. I just have a little piece of like, you can use parchment paper. Like I have parchment paper downstairs that I use for it. This is just a little piece of release paper that I had up here. Just take your putty and just kind of like smash it around a little bit to get it soft and pliable. And then I kind of like flatten it out You just want to be careful how much stuff you put in it, or you're gonna change the property of it. So it doesn't take much. I have this box of, here, let me show you. Just use mica powder, okay? So I have this box of mica powder here that just has all kinds of different colors. Oh, here, you can see where I've used it, where I got stuff everywhere, sorry. Just all different, oh, wow, that is very green. I think I might actually use that. Yeah, but see, I mean, it's like gold, all kinds of, just tons of colors. This is, you know, it's pretty inexpensive. I actually bought this on Amazon. I've used this violet powder, actually. It's very pretty. Anyway, so I grabbed, this is just a scented oil. And I grabbed the sage one, so I think what I want to do, since I'm going to use the sage scent, I'll just use a green. And I think that grass green will work just fine. So this will work out pretty good because I don't actually have one of these putties up here because I'm upstairs where I normally film. I do diamond paint up here sometimes. I just don't have one of these up here. So I'll just make this one for me and I'll keep it up here. So it doesn't take a lot. One thing I was worried about, when I used, hang on, let me get a scissor. When I put the coloring powder in there, I was afraid that the color would come off on the drills. It doesn't with putty, but I had never worked with this silicone stuff before. But I can tell you, it does not take much of this powder to color it. And the color does not come off on the drills at all. So that has not been an issue. Okay. Sorry, I hadn't used that color before. I had to open it. Let's see. Let me show you the easiest way to do this. Let me clear this off. Okay. Just put a little bit. It doesn't take much, okay? Just a very little bit. I just kind of like drop it on the paper. Your hands will be shiny, okay, when you finish this. Not gonna lie. If I was smart, I would have brought some gloves up here and put some gloves on to do this, but as we all know, I am not smart, so I did not do that. But it washes right off, so it's fine. And then I just start picking up the color into it and just start like folding it in, and you just work it in, you know, kind of like you think if you're like what pulling taffy would be like, right? Just keep smashing it around in there. And you'll see the color just start to distribute through. This stuff takes color really well. It's going to start to feel a little bit sticky, like stickier, which is fine because when you put a little bit of oil into this for the scent, it's going to go right back to the consistency that you wanted. Hey, that's almost about where I want it. I put a little bit more because I kind of just go by the feel of it, what it feels like. And if it starts to feel too like wet, I guess, when you put oil in it, just put a little bit more of the mica powder in it. And just keep working it until you get it to where you want the consistency and the color. See, like here it's getting pretty like too dry because I've got all this powder in it. But now I'm going to put a little bit of oil in here. Again, doesn't take much. Just put a couple of drops. There you go. And it's going to get all slick and slippery. And just keep smushing it around. And you'll be able to figure it out just by the feel of it and how it feels. Oh, God, that smells really good. Okay, so now that I have that oil, see how it just like all the, where it was too dry, that's gone. It's right back to being stretchy and smushy. So I'm going to put just a little bit more of this powder in here. And we should be good. This stuff, I'm telling you, you don't have to color it. I just do it because I like to be able to see it in my pen. And I think it's pretty and I like the smell of it. But look, that's like a perfect putty consistency right there. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. Here. So now let me close this before I drop it and make a mess. Oh my gosh. Oh, that smells so good. I can't stand it. It smells so good. So then what I would do to keep this is, oh yeah, that's perfect right there. Let me throw this out. I take just, I usually just use like a release paper is what I found that works. Parchment will work too. Fold that up. So just stick it in here. And I just like smush it flat. If you wanted to get real creative, you could make it into shapes or something. Yeah, I'm not that creative. I just want it to work. I don't really care what shape it's in. And see, this stuff just peels right back. There. And I don't want it too thick because, you know, I want it just right. You know, like a standard plate of wax would be that you can stab your pen down into. Oh man, that smells good. Oh, I almost want to take this one downstairs and use it. It smells so good. But look, it's perfect. Oh, it smells so good. All right, so let me show you how you put it in your pen. You can just, let me put something a little bit hard behind it. So just take your pen and just stab that puppy right down in there. Just like that. And then just take off the excess. Put it right back on top of there. There, and that pen is loaded and ready to go. And then just, I would keep this just because I don't want it to dry out. I have like tons of these little bags that we get. So I'm probably going to leave this one in a little bag up here, just so it doesn't get dry. And here, actually, let me show you one thing. So, here, let me just grab some of these. I have these like kitted up for something that I was working on up here, and I can show you. There. So you can just like pop that right down on there. There you go. It grabs your diamonds. Super easy. And there. See, just loads them right on up. So yeah, that's my actual new favorite thing to put in a pen. And so that's how I kind of personalize it, but you don't even need to do that. Honestly, you can use it clear right out of the box. Just smash it flat. But yeah. All right, so I think that's all I got for you for that. Hopefully this was a little bit informative anyway. Kind of give you some different ideas for what to use. I have seen where somebody did post a video to me on how to use double-sided sticky tape to load a multi-placer. I haven't tried it. I understand theoretically how it would work. I think it would be kind of similar to the glue dots. But I haven't tried it. So yeah, you can absolutely look that up and check that out. Yeah, so that's the only other thing that I know of right offhand. If you guys have any other things that you like to use, yeah, let us know down in the comments. Talk about it. Give us some other good ideas. Now my hands are green and shiny. But they smell fabulous. So yeah, so let us know if there's anything else you like to use or any other tips and tricks you have. But right now, my absolute favorite, absolutely the silicone putty. It's the best thing ever. I love it so much. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've talked your ear off long enough, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you hanging out. Maybe on the way out, like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments, like I said, if you have any other ideas too, because I'm always looking for new things to try. So you guys be great, be happy, be healthy, be safe, be blessed, be all the good things. And I will see you guys later. Bye.